Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, YouTube? Big D here. Time to review Arrow Season 3. Wow, Season 3, Episode 4, titled The Magician, which is the 50th episode in the series. Congratulations, Arrow. The CW, man. Amazing. 50 episodes in. Very nice. This is a spoiler review, by the way. If you have not seen the episode, go to thecw.com/arrow. Watch the full episode there. Should take me less than 2 minutes to recap the whole episode, pros to cons, tell you my final score, man. So thanks so much for joining me. By the way, my eyes are a little bit red and everything because I just finished watching American Horror Story Freak Show, and very touching episode. So excuse me. So there's a flashback in the beginning, man, where Oliver's tailing this guy. And there's this note, now it's the present day, and there was ghost ink, and it's Sarah's notes, and she's looking for this guy named Jansen, and Nisa's back, and they go, Arrow and her, they go to a monastery, and Malcolm's there, and he escapes, but the Arrow tagged him, and flashback, Oliver ends up killing the guy, which just stabs him and takes these keys. Malcolm takes a USB drive, I think. Malcolm wants to meet Oliver, basically. And when they meet, man, Malcolm is just like, what do they call you? The Arrow? And he just keeps on going, man. And he's not Sarah's killer. Talking about the siege of Slade Wilson and the bounty that Ra's al Ghul has put on his head. Or Ra's al Ghul, whatever you prefer. Or that Deathstroke voice, you know. Ra's al Ghul, you know. Or Slade Wilson. So basically, Nisa found out about Thea at Malcolm's father. Flashback where Oliver gets the computer and he's telling the kid, I'll give you 5 pieces of candy if you let me use this computer. My dad said I can't use this computer, sir. I can't give it to you. And he's like, fine. 5 pieces. Very cute, man. Nisa takes Thea, knocks out Roy. My father may be the demon, but your dad is the devil. That's a pretty nice quote, man. Very nice to say that to people. Yeah, go up to the street and say that. So there's a 3-way fight between Malcolm and Nisa and Arrow, and he talks about the island prison, and Malcolm's like, kill me. But again, Nisa's now an enemy of Arrow. Felicity returns from visiting the Flash. Lance calls Sarah, and it's just like, just to hear your voice. It'd be so nice, Sarah. And it's sad because it's like, oh man, he doesn't know his daughter's dead and everything. So it really is sad. So Roy's now the assistant manager of that nightclub that they own, and Ra's declares war on Oliver, basically saying, we see him at the end, Ra's, and he doesn't look exactly what I thought he looked like. It's kind of like big reveal, oh, okay. I thought he'd look a little bit more sexier than that, but whatever. So he's just like, then Oliver Queen is the bad guy, and then Arrow. So overall, what did I think about this episode, man? The 50th episode of Arrow. Overall, pros to cons. But let's start with cons. 20% of this episode was super slow. It's very slow, the 20%. You know, what I don't like about this season so far is they have Roy as Arsenal, right? And, you know, he has his Halloween costume. He has his costume on. And what's the point of having him put on the damn costume every mission you go on if he's not going to even freaking do much? He's just there to be there. Why does Arrow need a partner if Arsenal barely helps? What's the point of Roy being there if he's not going to help? Use Roy. Take advantage of him. Do something. Make him actually move around instead of just flipping around. Actually have him doing what Arrow does. I mean, it really is kind of like silly that you're not using him and taking advantage of him. So use more of him, man. There's no point in him putting on the costume if he's not going to be seen shooting arrows over and over like Arrow does. So, pros, man. The action in this episode is suffice. It's amazing. I love that 3-way fight. I love the directing of this episode, man. The camera angles are so spot on point, man. I enjoy it. I love it. I love the camera angles, like I said. Malcolm, John Barrowman, man. I'm a huge fan. I haven't seen Torchwood or none of the other stuff or whatever he's been in. But I have seen Arrow, and John Barrowman is very, very such a talented actor. That's all I can say about him. Very talented. And I think the Malcolm in this episode, you are the Arrow. I love it. Hey, Thea. I love the flashback scenes. I love all the flashback scenes of this episode. The best so far of season 3 flashbacks. 5 pieces of candy, man. And Nisa, it's great to see Nisa back, man. Yeah, I'm happy that she's back. I think she was an interesting character for last season. I kind of thought this episode, the League of Shadows or League of Assassins, whatever, it's going to be so boring, but it ended up being actually quite pretty cool, man. So overall, I'm going to give this episode a A-. It was fun. It was interesting. The dialogue kept me going. The directing kept me going. Rachel Gould at the end got me pumped. Now, again, there were slow parts, but 20% out of 100 is just a little tad slow. It has to get its beginning done because Arrow and the Flash, it feels different. The Flash, it's yay! And then Arrow's like, I'm Oliver Queen. 5 years ago, previously on Arrow. Or, instead of, my name's Oliver Queen, or it's like, I'm Barry Allen, I'm the fastest man alive, or previously on Sons of Anarchy. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, man. Hope to see you guys next week for more Arrow, which will be called The Secret Origin of Felicity Smoke. Thanks so much. May the Spock be with you. Always, don't forget every Wednesdays I also review Supernatural and American Horror Story Freak Show.
Previously on Sons of Anarchy.